I saw a video of you, really in character, campaigning for a post. Tell me what that was like preparing for that character.
It was absolutely amazing. It was so inspiring because it really got me thinking particularly about women and their role in leadership, and how we haven't even creamed the surface of what women are capable of doing to bring this nation up. I don't want to give you any spoilers, but I'm sure you probably know I'm a presidential candidate in this story. And it was just so inspiring as a woman to be able to give an image that it will inspire people coming after me to know that, yes, you can.
Okay, does this rank one of your most favorite characters to play so far?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I love playing powerful women because I feel young girls need to see more of that. Women who are able to earn their power and not use unscrupulous ways to garner power, but to actually earn it in respectful ways because they've paid their dues and they know their onions.
What was it like being on set with Akin Lewis and the other cast members?
It was amazing. I mean, these are people that I grew up watching on screen. I'm in my 50s now, and I just started screen acting a couple of years ago. But I'd been watching and idolizing many of these people. So to get the opportunity to work with them one-on-one and to get a sort of acknowledgement and a nod that you are actually really good and this is where you belong means so much to me.
I'm curious about you saying that you just started on-screen acting.
Yes.
It's not a lot of people that start at a later age. What drove you to start?
I think, I'm one of those people who doesn't want to get back to heaven and return to God the talent that He gave me untouched and unused. Yeah. He will query that. And I know it's something I've always had a flair for. And it must be for a reason. To me, the reason is to inspire others, to make them feel good about themselves, good about what is possible and the potential that they have. So if you're looking at me and you're thinking whether it's possible, whether your dreams are valid, I'm here to tell you that they are very valid. If I can do this at 50 plus, 52, 53, then you can do it.
I loved the story, and the fact that that story was my cinema debut. It was exciting. It was exciting to me because it's a story about the country, and then the ills of the country, and then trying to fix it. It is dear to me because it's something my father and I always talk about. So because of that connection, it was and is there to me.
Yeah. How did your dad feel that you are telling a story about Nigeria?
He doesn't know yet. Yes, so I wanted to be a shocker to him. I wanted to be okay.
All right. Tell me about working with Folakemi. I saw the poster of you. You were in a warm and teary embrace. What was happening in that moment, and what was it like working with her?
First off, that scene from the poster was the most emotional I've ever been in on any set. Yeah, because I don't know. It came from. I don't know where it came from. It just felt really, really warm. It was a cold situation in that moment, but then it felt warm afterwards because she's a fantastic person and she gives her all while she's performing. So, you don't want to.
You don't want to fall hand.
You don't want to fall hand. You don't want to fall her hand. You don't want to fall your hand. You don't want to fall the story's hand because that's the most important thing.
Did you envision that you were going to get your cinema debut this early?
Absolutely not. I had no idea. In fact, while I didn't even know where it was going to until I asked the director eventually. I thought we were just doing a movie for whatever, a festival, for YouTube or something. And then midway through the shoot, it's going to be a cinema project. I'm like, oh. And I was scratching my head. I'm like, wait, you guys didn't tell me. I would have done better.
Wow.
But I didn't know. Yeah, I honestly didn't know it was a cinema project. I didn't know until midway through.
And did that change the way you approached it, after you knew it was going to be in cinema?
Oh no. Because I was giving my best at the time.
Okay.
I really want to play a legal thriller, court drama, medical drama. I want to do all those things as well. But just by saying those are dialogue-driven mediums. But I like to say, if you're active like I am, then use it whilst you can. And maybe when we're older, we can sit in the chair and deliver dialogue all through, you know. If we have the guys who can move, let's use them. You know what I mean? Put Kate Henshaw in a cat suit. You know, the guys who move, we see them. Kate Henshaw moves for free. Put her in a cat suit. Let her run. If I told you, Kate Henshaw, if I gave you a situation and I gave you 3 actors and say they're all chasing the thief, you know who's going to catch up with the thief. So if I'm active, I might as well use what I got now. Yeah.
That is so profound. Okay, you've been in a couple action films, some released, some still in post-production. What is it about the Presidency that you like the most?
What I like the most, election is like a daily staple in our lives in Nigeria. Every year is like an election year, and what film tries to do is prop up a mirror in front of us and say, society, hey, look at yourselves. I just hope that our film pokes questions at how far people will go to be unscrupulous, self-serving, or to hold or retain power. I'm also hoping for the audience's reactions when they start vox popping, their opinions and their perspectives when they see the film. I don't want to say it's just another film, but no. This is poignant in the sense that we are very politics and cash-driven people. So this is us.
Okay, were there any particular stunts that were challenging for you? Are there any stunts that are challenging for you? Or have they all become like easy breezy now?
I like to explain it like it's an amusement park. When you get there, there's different rides. One is going up, one is going left, one is going around, one is going... So for me, and all of them are going to raise your blood pressure up. But you pay to come and have fun, right? When you come down a ride, if you check your blood pressure is up. But you came there to have fun. And so that's how I've envisaged every role that's come to me is like, oh, another ride. We're still in the amusement park, right? So I paid at the gate. I want to have all the fun I can before it's 5 o'clock. And then they say, everybody get out.
And I know that you're an advocate for actor safety, right? How do you take care of yourself after all this very strict and physically demanding roles?
Rest is my kids. Rest is things I love to do. Cook, music, just rest, do nothing, think about the next, plan about the next.
There's a strong relationship dynamic between the president and her son. So how did you strike that balance? And why was it important for you to even involve that relationship dynamic into the story of politics?
Well, we didn't just want to come out and tell a political story. You get wanted. If you see our lives as humans, it's a mix of so many things. You have as you and your wife, or you and your husband, you and your children, you and your boss, your car, your landlord. Our lives are like that. So we decided to make our film close to reality as possible. So it's a mix of relationship. You see the mother and the son. You see the son and his girlfriend. You see the mother and the politics. You see where the son who is estranged, who is having some kwata, let me call it kwata. That's our Nigerian slang anyway. So the son who is having some kwata with his mom, still wants to use the mom to right the wrongs of. So you see that is life. That is life. So it's deliberate.
This has been a story like it's been in the works for such a long time. We've been thinking about expanding our reach as a company, getting more countries to take on our movies, being able to provide our movies to literally everyone in every language possible, and getting to a point where we release movies on a regular in English and in French is just mind-blowing. So for us tonight is a pat on our back to say well done and also to tell you guys what we have in store. So our vision from day one has always been global. So I think you guys are just seeing something that we've always kind of held at heart. When myself and my co-founder came together to talk about setting up this company, it was how do we get like global domination and all that. So shout out to every distributor just paving the way. I mean, there are markets we get to that are a bit easier because people have gone ahead of us. So that's amazing.
What is one lesson that you've learned from last year that is shaping the strategy for this year?
Last year was tough. I mean, we had a lot of wins, to be honest. But I would say more than anything else, it was the data gathering. It was, and to understand that people are genuinely desperate for new markets for Nigerian content. Producers are tired of, oh, you release in Nigeria and that's it. That's the end of the story. But now we get more markets and hopefully many, many, many more to come.
Very happy to see you. You know, we've grown up on your films from childhood up until now, right? So tell me about working on Red Line.
Red Line was a huge project, and the cast were so many. The technical demands, the crowd, and it was something that had a timeline. And it's not a movie we could rush like other movies. We took our time. And the beautiful thing is that the actors were top notch and they performed really well. They made the job easier. I was scared before I started, you know, because if you are working with some greenhounds, you will definitely encounter problem on set. I started working with Sam Dede in '97, you can imagine. So we've done a couple of jobs, and in Red Line, working with him, it was beautiful.
Yeah, can you mention one of the most notable projects that you worked with him on before?
Yeah, I did Mission to Nowhere, I did Warfront, and a couple of others with him.
The first time I worked with Teco Benson, he was my assistant director.
Okay.
I was the director, he was the assistant, and it was a film called Suicide Mission. And it was a film where Regina Askia put RMD in a bottle.
This is a new year 2025. As the prolific filmmaker you are there any projects that we should expect?
I have several works that are in distribution. Okay, in other words, they have done post-production and they're waiting to come out. There's a film I did, it's called Amayanabo. It's about the Okeke people. It's a fantastic film. It's shot about 80% on water. And boats and everything. It's interesting. And there's another one called Voltage, and it's about contemporary Nigerian times.
Film does not start and ends with entertainment. When you are making a movie, you must realize that particular responsibility of a good film. And what is it? It must teach moral. You must have a lesson to learn at the end of the movie. And that is what Gideon Okeke is doing. You understand? People are tired of going to cinema, wasting their 2 hours, you know, in the theater, seeing movies that will just make them laugh alone. No. Nowadays, you must watch film that teaches moral. Adunni Ade means a film title that speaks against corruption. Yes, that speaks to the society that we should maintain what they call equity, fair sharing, and gender equality.